Hello, my impatience. It is I, Andrew the Android Colossi here. I am live and ready to perform for all of you. How art thou, my amigos and amigas? How art thou, my amigos and amigas? I hope you will come joining and engaging with me. I'm just sharing this on social media at the moment and getting ready. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the artwork I did yesterday because I think maybe it will be good. Okay. Hey, Pizza Pasta. We got Pizza Pasta and Major Detractor in the house. How art thou, guys? Well, we're going to start off with this, obviously. This is called a thoughtful gift. I say to Poppy, my father, I got you a gift. My old pair of Adidas sneakers. Try them on. And Poppy, my father, says, I always wanted a pair of used sneakers. And he tries them on. And he says they fit like a magic slipper. It's like a Cinderella story. My father tries on the magic slipper. And I guess all his dreams come true. Obviously, this is kind of a rendition of a Father's Day video we made many years ago. I think circa 2016. My father puts on the magic slipper. It's sensationalistic in nature. It's a joke, obviously. The Adidas Superstar sneakers, black with the white stripes. Okay, the next one. I ask, who is Dr. Labcoat, also known as iBoss, from 2017-2018? He claimed he was from England, but was he really? Take off the mask. He was an internet bully and a supervillain. Dr. Labcoat or iBoss was simply an online pseudonym. They say, did he premeditatedly get me to take a blood test in 2020? Why was he wearing a lab coat and lab gloves? Or was it simply a Breaking Bad reference? Were we going to cook together? He's a self-proclaimed psychopath and monster. Maybe he premeditatedly got me to take HIV prep. Who knows? Maybe Dr. Labcoat was behind it all. Maybe he's the phlebotomist, the sadistic phlebotomist. And last but not least, this one's called intervegetable dating. You see two vegetables, the carrot man and the green bean woman. And the carrot man says, I'm dating green bean woman now. And green bean woman says, I'm in love, true love. Obviously, this is a metaphor for interracial dating. Like a Caucasian man dating an African American woman, a Caucasian man dating an Asian woman, an Indian man dating a Hispanic woman, and so on. I think this, obviously, but the intervegetable means they both have severe mental health challenges. They both have schizophrenia. So even though they're of different races, they're intervegetably dating. I know I have a friend from the art class who claims he wants to date an Indian woman. And I'm like, hey, one of the Jonas Brothers did. I know people from India typically like to date other people from India. They like to, remain within. They like to keep it cold. But hey, look, one of the Jonas Brothers has an Indian wife or girlfriend. So, it's possible, but they certainly are attractive, but also, it's just I don't know if it's frowned upon for intervegetable dating, but maybe maybe you can get an Indian girlfriend. I hope you get an Indian girlfriend if that's what you want. If that's your dream, I hope you get an Indian girlfriend. Okay, so I'm back. Somebody says, "Did you get the rattlesnake vaccine, Andrew?" No, I did not get the rattlesnake vaccine. But my mother, stepfather, and brother all have COVID right now. I'm avoiding them. My family is really sick with COVID, which is kind of. She says, "What are you up to?" I'm making a live stream. She says, "Wow, COVID, that sucks." Yeah, I don't have it. I'm not reactive or positive for COVID yet. But my mother, stepfather, and other family members have it. But I have not gotten the COVID reactive test yet. So I do not have it. I'm avoiding them. I basically spend all day, every day in solitude. So Rusty says, check the Discord. All right, I'll check the Discord. Let's check out what's going on here. She showed me like a bunch of, it looks like cigarettes. Are you saying I'm probably going to get cancer? What are you posting on Discord? It's like an ashtray. She's letting me know I'm eating trash and going to get cancer. What are you posting on Discord, Rusty? Yeah, my diet's pretty atrocious. What can I eat? Well, maybe I'll go to the supermarket and get something delicious to eat. Maybe I'll get some burgers and grill it on the George Foreman. Oh, he says, that's my goal to reclaim. I'm showing you my lab gloves. Oh, he's trying to say he's Dr. Lab Coach or iBoss. So he says, get some artichoke. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll go to the supermarket and get something yummy for dinner, something delicious. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I got some new jeans. Anybody want to check out my new jeans? Tell me how they look. Yay or nay? You want to see my new jeans, guys? Actually, I don't want to show you my new jeans because the wire to this webcam is kind of flimsy, and if I try to adjust it too much, it's going to it's going to crack. What the hell? I introduced a shotgun, as they say in the movies. So let's show off my new jeans. Okay, check this out. They're a pair of Levi's. Check this out. Check out the sexy man. 3230s. They're slim fit. And they look pretty sexy on me. They look pretty sexy on me. Somebody asks, am I swimming? As we all know, swimming is code word for drinking. And I don't want to confirm or corroborate that because, my parents may be watching. But I may or may not be swimming. I may or may not be swimming. If you don't know, I would say with my friends when we'd go out drinking back in like 2008 or like 2011, maybe prior. You want to go swimming, and that was a code word for drinking. So when they ask, "Are you swimming right now?" that means, "Are you drinking alcohol?" I will not confirm nor deny that. Somebody says, I like the new attitude. You are like a lounge singer. Am I swimming right now? Hey, you be the judge. Am I under the influence of a pleasure beverage? You be the judge. I'm not going to confirm nor deny. I'm not going to confirm nor deny if I'm swimming or not. Somebody asks, do you have any new comedy coming? I could do comedy on Friday. I mean, I could. It's something I could do. It's something I could do. I could do comedy on Friday. It's something I could do. But do I want to? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I used to be insecure wearing brown sweaters. Brown is the color of feces. Brown is the color of poop. But you know what? Proudly proclaim I like brown sweaters. There's nothing wrong with wearing brown sweaters. Wearing brown does not mean I'm shit. Wearing brown, well... TV says, Christine won't be pleased that you're swimming, Andrew. I'm not swimming. I never confirmed nor denied anything, TB. I never confirm nor deny anything. Brown is the color of poop. Brown is the color of shit. Brown is the color of fecal matter. What should I get for dinner? My parents and family all have COVID, so I gotta work. Maybe I'll get Chinese food. I don't know. It's just an idea. Maybe I can get Chinese food for dinner. Someone wants a song. Would you date a man with schizophrenia? Would you date a man who's ill? Would you date a man with schizophrenia? Would you date a man who's ill? I'm dating a model, and she says to me, no, a schizophrenic man would be crazy. He would be dangerous. He would be scary. I said, what if the schizophrenic man had his mental health challenges in remission? What if he had it under control? What if he was taking medication? Would you date a man with schizophrenia? Would you date a man who's ill? Would you date a man with schizophrenia? Would you date a man who's ill? She says, no way. I'd run for the hills. Finally, it gets to that point. I disclose to her, I'm schizophrenic. And she says, Mommy, I'm scared. Mommy, I'm scared. There's a man with schizophrenia right over there. Mommy, I'm scared. Mommy, I'm scared. There's a man with schizophrenia right over there. I say disabled people need love too. Don't stigmatize. Don't look down on people with schizophrenia. Somebody says, she sounds too young for you anyway. You need a woman who's older, maybe a cougar. Maybe a woman in her 40s or 50s or 60s or 70s. Maybe someone your mother's age. Maybe Major Detractor, maybe. Maybe I need a sexy older woman. All right, guys. What should I get for dinner? I probably shouldn't drive for the obvious reasons. So what should I get? Should I walk to the local Chinese restaurant and get some Chinese? TV wants, no, I'm a vampire, and I will suck your motherfucking blood. Should I get some Chinese for dinner? What do you think? Or should I go to the supermarket, get some ground beef, and throw it on the George Foreman? TB If you were me, what would you get for dinner? What would you get? I'm hungry and I don't want to eat my parents' food because they all got COVID over there. He says, get some Chinese. Get some. Well, what would you get from the Chinese restaurant? Would you get sweet and sour chicken or sesame chicken? What would you get? What would you get? Somebody says, yeah, get some Chinese. Get some Chinese food. Rusty says tangerine beef. Well, I can't really go to, unfortunately, Kwangming because if I do, I don't want to have the police pull me over. It's too far of a drive. I have to go to some place I can walk to, unfortunately, because I may or may not be swimming right now. And God forbid I get pulled over, or you don't want to deal with that. So he says, "Why can't you drive?" Well, Rusty, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to say, but it might not be wise. It might not be wise to drive. God forbid you got into an accident when you were under the influence of swimming. That would be pretty bad. You would go to jail for a long, long time, and I don't want that to happen. So the laws prevent me from swimming and driving. The laws prevent me from swimming and driving. So I'll walk to a local Chinese restaurant and maybe get some nice sweet and sour chicken or sesame chicken. What would you get? What would you get? All right, but all right, guys. I guess that about covers it. Anybody got any last questions here, or is that about do it? Get some Chinese and. All right, guys. Adios, my amigos and amigas. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all again soon. Somebody says, can you sing some Kiss? Bet the what? Oh, I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I'll have to rehearse a Kiss song. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So I think I'll get some Chinese for. Somebody says work on some Kiss. That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Major Detractor. That's a great idea. All right. All right, I think that about does it. It's really not a whole lot. Somebody says, you have great energy when you're more social. Yeah, I think my art class friends have definitely cheered me up. They've gotten me happier. And I think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get better. It already has. They've already made me happier, and it's going to keep getting better. And on that note, thank you for watching. I'll be back soon. I'm gonna get some lunch, I think.